Hey guys, so it is round 2 of this freezer and pantry challenge. I just uploaded round 1, we'll say, today, and that showed a few dinners plus like my plan and kind of a tour of what is in my fridge, freezer, and pantries. So today, like for breakfast, we all had, let's see, some of us had oatmeal and some of us had eggs, which is kind of the usual anyway, so that didn't really feel like a big challenge. And then for lunch, we had leftovers. We had leftover of the chicken wings that were left over from last night, and some leftover macaroni. So we have leftovers frequently for lunch, or we'll have sandwiches or something. So again, not much of a challenge. And then tonight for dinner, we are having spaghetti. So I had on the plan, I had scheduled pizza for tonight. And then I thought, you know, if I'm only wanting to spend $100 for the next 2 weeks, I don't want to go spend about 15 of that on pizza. Now, I realized later I could have probably done homemade pizza. I have flour and stuff and sauce and pepperonis, but I thought, let's just do spaghetti. So I set this out this morning. This was ground beef from, I think February, that I just didn't use. So I set this out to thaw this morning. So we're going to have that as our meat. We just got a pack of green beans, because I know not all the kiddos are going to want to eat it, spaghetti sauce, and then we will do 2 packs of the pasta that we have. So let's see, yes, penne both times. So, and then I think in my freezer I have some garlic bread from Aldi, so I'm going to get that out. So it's really not too bad of a challenge yet, especially dinner wise. I have lots of dinners. What's going to get tricky is lunches and breakfast. So I was trying to wait as long as I could to go shopping, but I might have to go out and get some milk and lunch meat and bread, and then wait on the dinner items. That might be what I do. So anyway, this is my plan for dinner tonight. I'll show you when I get it all cooked up and plated. I forgot to mention the reason I look like this is because it's Saturday here and we have been doing just all the cleaning. So we've been scrubbing baseboards and mopping floors and dusting and just all the things. So I look like this. And I didn't do a clean with me because I just forgot, didn't think about it. So I'll try to do one of those, maybe the next big Saturday clean. So we have all the food over here cooking. The water is boiling. My ground beef is back there. And then with my green beans, I sliced up some pieces of ham. And then I put avocado oil and onion. Not avocado oil. Avocado oil and garlic, salt and pepper. So those are smelling good. And then my sauce back there heating up. I need some kind of scrub for the bottom of these pans. I've tried many things and it just does not come off. I don't know if it's because the gas on my gas oven just flares up or what, but that drives me nuts. And then I did find the garlic bread, so it's in there cooking. So we're about ready to eat. Okay, so spaghetti pretty straightforward. We got our spaghetti and our meat and our sauce and Parmesan, a little bit of the bread, and that's our green beans and ham yummy mixture. So that's dinner tonight for Saturday. For our breakfast, for our freezer challenge, we are going to do some pancakes. I had to run out last night to get some batteries, and I got a box of quick, what is it? You know, pancake mix for like $3, so I'm going to count that as part of my 100. I have 100 out for it, so I'm going to do a whole lot of pancakes, and then we're going to do, I have 2 of these, so 20 links of sausage, and we do have 2 extra kiddos here today for a sleepover. But I'm thinking if I make enough pancakes and sausage, maybe the kiddos, usually when I make pancakes, they will snack on that. And then we don't really have lunch on days we have pancakes. They just continue to snack. And if I need to, I will fry up some eggs to go with the leftover pancakes and sausage for lunch. And I'm thinking that'll be breakfast and lunch today. And then for dinner, another breakfast thing. We are going to have our breakfast casserole. So I have my potatoes out to thaw and my ham here to thaw, and then of course I will add in eggs and cheese with that for our breakfast casserole tonight, and I'll show you guys that when I get to it. So that's what's going on today on Sunday. Alright guys, so we are still on our pantry and freezer challenge here. We had our pancakes and sausage for breakfast. We had some more pancakes and sausage for lunch. Kids are fine with that. They're happy, I'm happy. So for dinner, I'm going to get this going. It's our breakfast casserole. So I have this ham that I had previously used in a potato soup. And I had that much left because we only did 1 potato soup. So I'm going to use that up. Some potatoes that you guys saw me cutting up in one of my day in the lives. I separated it, some for potato soup and some, you can see, potatoes for casserole. So I got these thawed out. They've been sitting out all day, nice and thawed. And then I'm gonna see if I can get away with just a dozen eggs in it, since I am trying to, you know, do the challenge and use my food very wisely. We'll see if a dozen's enough. If not, I have more eggs in my refrigerator. And then I would normally do like a cheddar cheese, but I have mozzarella. So we're gonna do a mozzarella cheese. Of course, we will add some seasonings, get this going in my pan. Look, I cut my finger, isn't that sad? I'm fine. So get that going at 350. It'll probably take about an hour, and that's gonna be dinner. So I will show you how it's looking here in a minute. Okay, so me and Aria got this breakfast casserole for tonight done, and then I got to thinking I had enough ham that I could tell I have ham in every bite, and I had a little bit left over. So what I did was I made more of a traditional breakfast casserole where you take your bread and your eggs and whatever meat you're choosing to use and your seasonings and cheese and stuff, and I whisked it all up in here. This is like the kind of breakfast casserole I grew up. My grandma used to always make this. So I have these two pans sprayed. I'm going to see if I need both or not, and then I even put about 2 cups of cheese in there. I'll sprinkle some more on the top. For seasonings, I did garlic, salt, and pepper, and just a little bit of this red pepper flakes. All my kids like spicy stuff. I just put in a sprinkle. I think it'll be good. And then this can be either a breakfast or a lunch or even possibly another dinner while we're on this freezer challenge. There are 8 pieces of bread in here, 1 dozen eggs, that little bit of ham I had left after I used some for this, 2 cups of cheese, and then just seasoning was eyeballed in. So I'm going to see here, this pan is very deep, so it probably will just fill up, yep, this pan, and that's fine. And so we can either have this, like I said, for a breakfast or a homeschool lunch, or I can serve it up with dinner with a bunch of veggies for the side. But there we go, another meal, and I didn't have to use too much more of my supply that I have. I used the bread that my kids don't actually like. It's that 45-calorie Aldi bread. They won't know though, because it's going to be all eggy. So got that out of my pantry, and I had to buy more bread anyway. So dinner for tonight, and another meal for sometime this week. Bam, done. Okay, the green beans were such a big hit last night that we're doing a do-over today. So we're doing it again. This time I added in some onion and some red garlic flakes, but everything else is the same. Not red garlic flakes, just red pepper flakes, blah. So I am doing 2 bags this time because we ate them up and wanted more. So 2 bags of that. I'm going to let this like simmer and just turn into deliciousness before I add that. And that'll go along with our breakfast casserole tonight, which might seem odd, but it sounds good. So that's what we're going to do. So sometimes I get to cooking and I just can't stop. So I've already made a second meal other than our dinner for tonight. And then this is the chicken breast that I'm going to be using for our Chinese chicken rice thing that we're having a different night. And I thought I have like, I think it was 7 chicken breasts in here. I'm going to cook that and shred that. I don't need that many because I'm going to be shredding it. So I took 3 out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this here in a second and add to it with some chicken broth. And then I have these nests here, these noodle nests. I'm going to add that to it, and we're going to have like a chicken noodle soup for another either lunch or dinner. That sounds good. So that's what my plan is, to make this chicken stretch a little further. Okay, you guys, it's done. It smells delicious. I can show you. Here's how it turned out. It smells wonderful. Here's the green beans, and so I'm gonna plate this up. That's obviously a huge portion. I'm gonna give this one to my husband and then start making me and the kids plates, and that's what we're having on this Sunday. I'm gonna do that chicken noodle soup that I talked about yesterday. So I have my Instant Pot on to saute. I have some garlic and some butter in there. I wanted some onion, but I used my last onion for my green beans last night, and I was gonna pull some out and save it, and I forgot. So then we just have our chicken broth here, and then the chicken I'm going to use and the carrots cut up in there. So once this sautés, I'm going to put this bag of chicken and carrots in there, chicken broth, and 4 cups of water, and then I'm going to get it going. We'll see how it turns out. It's smelling good already. Okay, so that's all sauteed and melted. We're going to add in some chicken broth here. And this is just a whole container of 32 ounces of chicken broth. Then it says to pour in your chicken and carrots. You actually, it says to put in your carrots with your garlic and all that, but mine was already with my chicken, so we're doing what we do. Alright. Then it says to put in your 4 cups of water. And then, pretty simple here, we're going to get our lid on. And we're going to hit soup. Oh, hold on. Get it off saute. We're going to hit soup for just 7 minutes. And then we will, it said to let it release naturally. Should take about 10 minutes. And then we're going to take the lid off, add in our noodles, and put it back on saute until the noodles are cooked. That's the plan. Yeah, that's my boo-boo, huh? Yeah. Alright, here it goes. Let's see what it does. Okay, so our chicken noodle soup finally got going. It's been cooking, actual cooking, for 2 minutes now. And then I'm seeing what I can salvage from, I showed you guys in my little refrigerator tour that a lot of my lettuce had frozen. So I went through there and got what I could salvage. And I thought, let me open this for Aria, as a good side for that, for the soup, we'll have salad. And then I pulled out those Red Lobster biscuits, homemade kind, from the freezer. We'll have that. And our salad and soup, it'll be so yummy. Have we been playing at the park?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you have fun?
Yeah.
Did you see friends?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, with all green reds.
Yes.
Yeah, and your son guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Violet?
Yeah.
And Liam?
Yeah.
Was it so fun?
Yeah, nothing cheese.
Is that, and Mackenzie, yeah, is that cheese good?
Yeah.
Yeah? So we're going to put some mozzarella cheese in here and some chipotle ranch in there. And it's all coming together. I think it'll be done in time for Daddy to get home. Is Daddy going to come home? Is he going to eat with us?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be yummy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like chicken noodle soup?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like salad?
Yeah.
Put the cheese in the bowl. Thank you. That looks good. I think that's enough. Are you ready to add the dressing?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so we let it release. Let's see what's happening inside. Watch out, baby. Yeah, it's hot. Alright, I'm going to need to shred up. I'm so used to using my crock pot that I'm used to this chicken just kind of being shredded when I get to it. Yummy.
I can hear it.
So we are going to shred up the chicken and then add our noodles, put it on saute, and let those noodles cook. Thinking maybe I should have added a little bit more carrot. That's what I normally add, but maybe when we shred up this chicken and add the noodles, it'll seem okay. So let me go get some better shredding utensils here. Alright, I got my chicken shredded up, I got my noodles in there. Now I'm going to add this garlic, onion, black pepper, sea salt. Yum. Got a whole bunch of that in there. And then I thought this would be good, this herb and cheese vegetable seasoning. So we're going to get that added and stir it up. Yes, you can see. Hold on just a second, I'll show you. Yes, hold on, I'll pick you up. So we're going to get that stirred in, and then I'm going to let this kind of come to a boil and start cooking our little nests of pasta here. Alright guys, it's done. We've turned it off. It smells delicious. Our salad's done and our biscuits are done. So we're just going to plate up our soup. Or bowl up our soup, I guess. Doesn't that look good? Yes, it does. So we're going to get this going, and this is dinner tonight on Monday. Okay guys, so for today's dinner, I'm starting it this morning. It's a crock pot dinner. We are all about to head out and meet some homeschooling friends at the zoo. So I don't want to have to come home after that and try to cook something. So I'm just going to do our pork ragu in the crock pot. I have, it's like almost 7.5 pounds of pork shoulder. So I'm going to throw that in the crock pot. I got that in there. I cut up 3 large carrots, put that in there, and I'm going to do 2 jars of spaghetti sauce from Aldi. I'm going to dump both of those in there, and then tonight when I get home, all I'll have to do is boil some pasta, easy peasy, and then you know, the pork ragu is just gonna fall apart, we'll ladle out onto the pasta. So I'll show you here what we're doing. Here's the pork and then 3 large carrots. You can do more. I have some kids who aren't huge fans of carrots, so I just put in enough so that the ones of us who like it can have some, and the ones who don't can kind of pick around it. And then my 2 jars, I'm just going to dump these on here, and I'm going to cook this on low for like 7 hours. It should be done when we get home. And yeah, I might add some salt to it, but this tomato sauce just really seasons it up really well, and it's one of our family favorites. So I'll show you it tonight when we get, or this evening when we get back from the zoo. I've showed it in many vlogs. It's something that we eat frequently because this one pork roast can make up to 4 dinners, depending. It's usually 2 or 3 with maybe a lunch or a small bit of leftover, but 2 or 3 is the norm. So anyway, we will see you guys when we get back from the zoo. Okay, so I got the pork roast, or the pork ragu, going over there, and then for our freezer challenge breakfast, they can have, I said, either eggs or oatmeal, because we've got to run out the door. So some kids are doing oatmeal, and what we do with these little packs of oatmeal sometimes, because normally I do like the big container of oatmeal, and we'll do it in the crock pot or on the stove. But when it's these little individual servings, we will put it in one of our bigger mugs or even a bowl and use our Keurig, and it's like instant oatmeal that way. So when it's not in a big batch, when it's these little individual packs, that's a quick way to do oatmeal. My husband even does it sometimes running out the door for work. Even with the big container of oatmeal, he'll just pour a little bit in and then cook it that way. So that's what we're having for this freezer challenge breakfast today. Alright guys, this is what that pork ragu looks like. I could have sworn that I've shown it before, but I don't remember exactly. So you can see it breaks up and it makes a whole lotta. So my pasta is boiling now. We had a good time at the zoo. The kids loved petting the stingrays. That was fun. Oh, that was hot, y'all. I just made a big mess. So anyway, that's what that looks like. Still have a couple of big chunks I need to break up, I guess. So yeah, we're gonna eat that for dinner tonight. Alright you guys, so it is Wednesday here. I still have not been to the grocery store. I normally go every Friday. I did not go last Friday, and I'm gonna see. I don't think I can make it till Friday. I think I might have to go in the morning. But so far, so good. Money-wise, because I haven't had to go to the grocery store. So tonight, what we're doing for dinner, I was trying to pick a dinner that I did not need anything from the store for. So I was gonna do potato soup, but I had no cream cheese, and I really like cream cheese. I know I could make it without it, and I might, but I had no cream cheese. I'm sunburnt from the zoo, and I also have a migraine today, so I look like this. But anyway, had no cream cheese, and had no shredded cheese. And who wants potato soup without shredded cheese? I don't. So, I'm trying to pick dinner for tonight that I did not need anything for. So what I did was I went with the steaks that we had. I had 2 Black Angus top sirloin steaks from Aldi's. And then I had a whole bag, I haven't even opened, of jasmine rice. And I had 2 bags of frozen asparagus. So that's dinner tonight. And what I'm doing here is this is what I had. It's for steaks. And let's see, how big were these steaks? Okay, it was $10. Where does it say? 1.67 pounds. So this is a special treat my husband had wanted. He was asking for steaks for a long time, and he was with me one time at Aldi, and he said, hey, let's get 2 of these steaks. So that's what we did, and then we didn't even ever cook them. So they had got put in the freezer so they would stay good. So that's what we're going to do tonight, and I'm just going to use one of my indoor grills to cook this. So what I'm going to do is put some Worcestershire sauce on there, and then let's see, I'm going to actually rub some of this on there with it. I think that'll be good. So we're going to have that, and then I have, like I said, 2 bags of this baby asparagus. It's been in the freezer, so that's thawing. And then this unopened bag of jasmine rice. So that's going to be dinner because I need nothing else to add to it. I have all of it. And I think most of my other dinners, I at least need shredded cheese for some of those because we are cheese people and we need cheese. So anyway, I set these in the fridge, all of this, both of these and this in the fridge last night to thaw. And they are all pretty much thawed. So they're going to sit on the counter now just a little bit and thaw some more. I'm going to put the seasonings on this and put it back in the fridge because I don't want to leave this out. And then I will get it cooked up when it's dinner time and show y'all how it's looking. I keep forgetting to talk about breakfast and lunch for this freezer and pantry challenge. For breakfast, we've still had cereal, and we've still had eggs, and we still have oatmeal. So those are the things we've been doing this morning. All the kids chose to have cereal. I chose to have an egg. I did go out, and I think I said I did run to the Dollar General near our house the other day, and I got milk, and I feel like something else. I remember, it's in the vlog, so you probably know. You probably already saw it. I should have got shredded cheese while I was there, but I didn't. So anyway, so that's what we've been doing. And then for lunch, we've been doing things like sandwiches. We're about out of all of our sandwich stuff now. And then, let's see, leftovers and just things like that. Today, I found last night a bag of chicken fries that I didn't even realize were in my freezer. I'm finally getting down to where I can kind of see the bottom of my freezer. So today I think I'm going to do that bag of chicken fries, and I also found up in my top pantry up here behind some baking things, like behind some flour, I found a box of mac and cheese. And it's just a small box, but it's shells and cheese, and I know I have one kid who doesn't like shells and cheese, so I'm thinking with the chicken fries and that small box of shells and cheese will be okay. And then I'll do some fruit or something, because we still do have a lot of oranges, a lot of apples. We took our grapes to the zoo yesterday. But anyway, so we're still doing okay on breakfast and lunches. We are starting to run low. So I will either go grocery shopping tomorrow, which is Thursday, or on Friday. If I could make it till Friday, that would be great. Just because I want to stretch it as far as I can before I go, so I only get exactly what I need to fill in. Anyway, I just wanted to fill you guys in on how breakfast and lunch is going. It is going okay. We're starting to get down a little bit, so we'll refill here pretty soon. And then, anyway, I'll see you guys tonight for dinner. Okay, so we just have the whole counter covered up here, but these are my steaks marinating. I got this handy dandy grill for Christmas, and I just pulled it out of its box today. We will see how it works. And then we got the Instant Pot out here to do some jasmine rice. I'm going to do 4 cups of rice because I know I need rice for some other things. I know at least one other dinner I'm going to need it for, and then possibly a lunch I want to do. We'll see how much we have after tonight's dinner. And then my asparagus I always just put on a baking sheet, and I rub whatever kind of oil I have around on it with some salt, and I bake it at like 350 or 400 for like 30 to 40 minutes because we like them kind of crispy. So that's what I'm up to now. So I got my 4 cups of rice, 4 cups of water. I got to get some oil into the bottom of my pan. And like right now I have avocado oil, so that's what I'm using for anything I need oil with. And I am enjoying making rice in my Instant Pot. It's just so fast and so easy. What are you doing?
Doing this.
Doing this? What is that?
Do this for me.
Do that for you?
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to get my asparagus in the oven so we can eat as soon as my husband gets home, because he's got to go out to his parents tonight. Yes, Daddy. So we have our oil in here, and I think I've showed this already on a vlog, but I'm just going to pour my rice in, and then my water in, and then we're just going to hit rice and go, and it'll know how long to cook it for. Do you want to hit the button? Okay, and Aria's going to be our button hitter, and then in a minute I'll get the steaks going and show you guys how that works. But right now me and Aria are gonna make some rice. We're gonna make some rice? Yeah? Okay. Oh, we're gonna hit rice. Yes, it is that one. You were right. Rice. Okay, and then you're gonna hit, oh, that's it. We just hit rice. I forgot. Me and Aria are still sporting our pajamas, aren't we? And crazy hair.
Yeah.
Is it a pajama and crazy hair day? Yeah? But you still look pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you ready for rice?
Yeah, I'm gonna do this with Mimi and Papa's.
You want to wear that to Mimi and Papa's?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, so it's time to get the steaks on the grill. If you hear someone randomly talking, it's my daughter doing her teaching textbooks. So, that's what that is. And I've never used this before. Like I said, I just opened it today. We'll see how well it works. I need propane for my tank outside, and I don't want to have to get out. So we're going to try this. It is a beautiful day outside. That would be a great day for grilling. I need to remember to pick that up. And then I'm going to save this so I can add some more juices to it while it cooks. And I guess, I don't know if I should put my lid down, leave my lid up. Guess we'll put my lid down. See if we can get it to snap like we did. There we go. And then has a little knob like an electric skillet. And we'll just put it about midway. I definitely don't want the outsides to cook up before the inside. I'm not a fan of red meat. So about midway, and we'll just see how long it takes. It's 250. We'll see what happens. Alright, so my steak is done. I've turned it off. I'm just going to let it rest for a minute. I cut some of the pieces so that it could cook a little faster. Some of them were pretty thick. So that gives us 8 little pieces there. Well, some are big, you see. So that's plenty for us. My asparagus is done and it's just chilling out in the oven to stay warm until my husband gets home. And then my rice is done. I'm just now opening it up. But, yep.
My favorite kind
All
of
that
rice.
liquid, yes, jasmine rice. It smelled so good also. And then just not thinking, I'm going to blame it on my migraine. I forgot to add any seasoning to this when I started it. So I will just add some seasoning to it now. And then I can hear my husband's truck. He must be pulling up. So I'm going to start getting these plated. And we can all sit down for a family dinner. I'll show you how it looks when we get it all ready to eat. Alright, so here's a plate. This is my oldest plate. She always takes the time to help me make the little's plate. So today I thought I would make your plate first.
Thank you.
Because you're so kind. So, here's her plate. She's going to get some steak sauce. And I just decided to let everyone season up their own rice. Because that just sounded easier. So that's what we're going to do. Oh. Yum, yum. Yum, yum. So this is dinner. What day is this? It's Wednesday. This is what we're having on Wednesday. So one more dinner to go. Hopefully, before I go to the grocery store. That's my plan. Alright, you guys, so this would be our last night of our freezer challenge before grocery shopping, but I cheated and I went grocery shopping this afternoon because we were already out, so why not? I did a haul on that, so you can see everything I got in that haul, but I did really well. I spent $74, and I think I got everything we'll need to fill in for this week. This coming up week will be our last week of our freezer pantry challenge. I think this is our 10th dinner. So like I said, I had 20, I think I ended up with 21 dinners or 22 that I can make, but I'm going to go through this last week, and then I will go grocery shopping again because we will definitely need more than just fill in foods for breakfast and lunch. I can still use the dinners that I have and just get some extra items for them, but yeah, that's my plan. So tonight I'm doing our baked potato soup. I'm going to try it in the Instant Pot. I've never done it in the Instant Pot before. And you know me, when I cook, I don't always follow the rules. So it said to saute my garlic and my onion. Well, I had already prepped this meal and I had my onion and my garlic already chopped up and in with my potatoes. So I'm dumping it all in there with the butter. I'm going to put in my chicken broth. You can see here what we're doing. And then we're going to put this in here. It also said you could do cream of chicken soup. I don't want to do that. I don't have any, I don't think either, but even if I did, I didn't do that last time, and we really liked it. So I don't want to switch anything up. So I'm just going to put this in. It called for 3 cups, and that's perfect because this was a 4-cup thing, and it had 1 cup gone. So it worked out perfectly. I'm going to put this onto high pressure cook for 10 minutes. Da-da-da-da-da. And then when it's done, we will add in our milk. And it said to mix your milk with some flour. Put it in there. One of y'all said you could do mashed potato flakes, like the instant kind, to thicken it. And you're right, you so could, and it would probably be even better. I don't have any on hand. And the recipe just said milk and flour. That's what I did last time. It worked fine, but I do love that idea. And then I'm going to get, I should have already had this going, but it's lunchtime, so I have time. We're going to get this bacon going in the oven, and then I will add it in after this is cooked. I hate soggy, mushy bacon, yuck. So I want it crispy, crunchy up on top. We'll let you see how it's looking when I get this lid off. Okay, so to go with our potato soup, it said to get your milk and your flour going in a separate bowl, so when it's done we can add it. So what I did was I used up the rest of this. It was about close to full. So it'll be extra creamy, and I have Aria stirring it up with the flour. I'm going to add a little bit of milk because you can see now it's just clumpy. Oh, that's a going now. And then the cream cheese I'm going to chop up and add in there and stir it around while it's sauteing here in a minute. And then for some extra flavor, I thought we would do that because it's supposed to be kind of like a loaded baked potato. And then, like I said, the bacon is in the oven, and we'll add some shredded cheese when it's done. So we're going to add some more milk to this and stir it in here once that's ready. Alright, so we decided to zoom blend it, right? We're going to zoom blend it. Alright, so we're going to get our seasoning in there, and then Aria's going to zoom. You ready? Alright, hold it down to the bottom. Woo! Yes! Get all those lumpy lumps out, huh? Yeah. Is it so silly? Alright guys, it's done, steam's released. Let's see. Need to clean off my counter. Here's what we have. This is hot, sissy. Yeah, those potatoes are cooked. Oh, it smells good, doesn't it, Aria? Does it smell good to you? Okay, so I know this is gonna fog up, but the potatoes are cooked, the butter and onions and garlic and everything is cooked. So here's that mixture we just made. We're gonna pull this out so we can get to it. We're actually gonna put it on, let's see, gotta hit cancel, saute, because we wanna saute this in until our soup gets good and done. Let's see if we can do this with one hand. Might have to use my other hand here. Get this all stirred in. Okay, so if you want to make mashed potatoes in the Instant Pot, do exactly what I just did. Because it's not potato soup. It's wonderful mashed potatoes. Like, mashed potato. Very good mashed potatoes. Not how I normally make mashed potatoes, but mashed potatoes nevertheless. So, I don't want to serve mashed potatoes for dinner. I know it's the same thing, like, right? Because you're serving potato soup. It's this, I don't know, but it feels wrong. Can't just serve mashed potatoes for dinner. So to salvage this, I'm gonna serve these mashed potatoes. I'm gonna serve some bacon, and I'm gonna make eggs, I think. Because a lot of times with breakfast, you have diced up potatoes. I don't know. That's all I can think of. My meat is all frozen. And it's all because we're doing this challenge. It's all needed for something else. Like, I could do some chicken, but I need that for my Chinese chicken and rice. I have ground beef. That's all needed for stuff. So, the only thing I can think of is to... Okay. Is to make... My bacon's almost done. Is just to make some eggs and have kind of a weird dinner. Right? Breakfast and dinner. I don't know. We'll see. See how that works out. I'll show it to you when it's plated, and unless I come up with something else, that's gonna be dinner for Thursday. We'll see. Alright you guys, so there's our potato soup, ha ha. Our scrambled eggs, and then I had wrapped up my bacon into like little wreaths so I could fit it all on one pan, because I thought I'm gonna crunch it up anyway on the soup. Got cheese coming off. So this is actually like 2 pieces of bacon here, and so this is what we're gonna have for dinner tonight. It's very interesting, but whatever, it will fill us up just the same. And this is the last video for this video, the last video clip. So that was what we had on our pantry and freezer challenge for dinners. I think like this week. I'm not sure if it's a full week of food, but I'm sure it's a long video. So if you made it to this point, high five. And we will see you for our last and final 3rd week of our freezer pantry challenge next time. See y'all later. Bye.
Bye.